Hello everyone, myself Itsa Patra.
Myself Anjali Gurjar.
We are here to present our topic.
Unleashing Potential, India's path to development through international collaboration and assistance.
Before analyzing the challenges India faced in the years immediately after independence, so let's look in what state India got independent, that is, in the colonial state of India. The Britishers ruled around 200 years in India. They came around 1700, but only as traders and for business and commercial purposes, but slowly and gradually they settled in India and colonized the whole India. They had a wide range of impacts on Indian society, ranging from economic, social, and cultural impacts. They brought the Western ideas such as liberty, equality, fraternity, human rights, as they had already experienced the Renaissance and Reformation movement, and this brought social reforms in India, and modern ideas were exposed to Indians. We could see the direct impact of British in the economic field, as there was drain of wealth of India to Britain, and there was decline of handicrafts, and the traditional economy completely destroyed. The Britishers had their impact in every class of people, ranging from peasants, artisans. So now let's look into the independent India. On 15th August 1947, India woke up as a new dawn of freedom. India got independent after 200 years of British rule. There was a lot of happiness, and this was a significant, remarkable achievement for India as a whole. But along with it, India was facing a lot of challenges which cannot be ignored at all. The nation faced complex issues ranging from economic disparities, social inequalities, and as there was a diverse population, the task of nation building was becoming difficult. But through significant measures and the policies of our leaders, we could slowly and gradually achieve a lot. So let's look at some of the challenges which range from immediate to medium to long range itself. Some of the immediate challenges that India faced in the years immediate after independence were integration of princely states, the communal rights arising from partition of the subcontinent into India and Pakistan, rehabilitation of refugees was a persistent problem. Some of the medium range challenges such as the framing of constitution, building of the nation, building of a representative democratic secular country, and the abolition of feudal system in agriculture. Some of the long-term challenges was related to national integration, economic development, poverty alleviation, and eliminating illiteracy in our country. So first let's look into the challenge which was in the immediate years after independence, which was partition and the problem of refugees. India became independent by creating two nations, India and Pakistan, divided on the basis of religions. As this rise to mass migration in human history. The migration was accompanied by violence, bloodshed, and displacement that created a sense of trauma among the citizens of the country. The displacement created a new wave of refugees which faced the problem of resettlement. Now let's look at some of the economic challenges. In the post-independence era, there was a host of economic challenges, as our country was primarily agrarian and was engaged in subsistence farming. The agriculture sectors was primarily monsoon dependent, and the industrial sector was underdeveloped and was heavily reliant on foreign capital and technology. The economy was characterized by low levels of productivity, high unemployment rates, and widespread poverty. There was low economic capacity in our country due to stagnant agriculture and poor industrial base. Another important challenge, which is continuing till now, is the level of mass poverty. At the time of independence, the incidence of poverty in India was about 80%, as due to famines and hunger that persisted led India to take help from foreign countries for food security. A large number of population was below the poverty line, deprived of the basic necessities. Our leaders had to over divisive policies and programs to alleviate poverty, but the progress was slow. But with the scale of the problem and the lack of resources, it became a great challenge. As the Britishers had divided the Indian provinces, irrespective of taking the cultural and linguistic ideas, there was a consistent demand for linguistic reorganization of the states, such as Punjab's Khalistan movement, insurgency in the northeast, and Naxal movement in the central eastern India were the biggest internal security challenges for India. Nehru emphasized in 1947 that the foremost priority of India was ensuring security and stability for the country. Leaders were not tasked only with the challenge of communal stabilization after partition, but they also had to safeguard Indian territory from external threats, particularly from Pakistan. Illiteracy was a major challenge. A large section of population was illiterate. that hindered our economic development. The government had to invest in education to improve the literacy rates, but it was a long-term process which had no immediate economic benefits. And another problem was unemployment. As the economy was not generating enough jobs to absorb the growing labor force, there was a high level of unemployment in our country, which could not provide a stable economy. And there was economic inequality due to the wide gap between rich and the poor, and the concentration of wealth in the hands of rich, that hindered our growth and progress towards inclusive economic growth. The lack of infrastructure was another hurdle. The country lacked adequate transportation, communication, and energy infrastructure, which was crucial for economic development. Apart from the challenges India was facing in its internal domain, there was some of the external challenges even. As it was the era of global world emerging in the Cold War tensions, most of the developing countries were aligning either to the two superpowers, either USSR or USA. But India chose to stay away from this Cold War politics and followed a policy of non-alignment, and to focus on itself in the internal development of the country. Some of the hostile neighbors, such as Pakistan and China, poses a threat for us due to the consistent wars with the countries in the early phases of our independence. This not only hindered India's growth but also created regional instability. These issues were interrelated and required comprehensive and long-term solutions.
Let's have a look on some important assistances provided to India, which was then a newly independent nation, to address its challenges through international collaboration. Undoubtedly, why Nehru referred as the architect of India's foreign policy, because he was the one who recognized the importance of direct contact with other nations to enhance world peace and national interest. Here, the main challenge was to develop a policy that would help India to compete with the world arena and undergo drastic socio-economic and technological change. India sought peaceful relations and collaboration with all the nations to focus on its developmental efforts without compromising its freedom. At that time, to handle its food security, India signed a long-term public law PL 480 program with the US in 1954 to receive food aid under Government Agricultural Trade Development Assistance. The agreement was later terminated in 1960s. A quantity of around 10 million tons of food grain valued at rupees 500 crores approximately was imported in the year of 1960 only, owing to India's rupee devaluation. This aid addressed acute food shortages, ensuring food security and averting famine risk. The agreement was a significant step in India's effort to revitalize the US Foreign Assistance Program. Subsequently, the Colombo Plan, established in 1950, aims to strengthen economic and social development in Asia-Pacific regions. It focuses on human resource development, technical assistance, economic aid, and diplomatic engagement among member countries. India is provided with 29 courses in 9 specialized institutes under this plan, enhancing skills and promoting economic progress and self-reliance. Infrastructures like airport, roads, universities were constructed, and more than 3 lakh Asian students received scholarship under the Colombo Plan. Without a doubt, India has been significantly aided by United Nations, particularly in areas such as agriculture, health, rural development, etc. The UNDP, along with other agencies, has provided technical assistance and expertise in these areas. These efforts have helped India to implement development projects, improve infrastructure, and building capacity. These efforts have contributed to India's socio-economic progress. India was one of the founder members of NAM, which is Non-Aligned Movement, remained non-aligned during the Cold War era, refusing to favor any superpower and gaining aid from both the superpowers by not joining any alliances. Under this, we had received development assistance from US since 1951, primarily through technical assistance, agricultural commodities, and financial support. India has become the largest recipient of US assistance after Israel and Egypt. Furthermore, India has benefited from Soviet agreements to finance various heavy industrial projects providing equipment and engineering skills. These projects, such as Bhilai Steel Plant, are financed under medium or long-term credits with interest rates just 2.5 and 3%. Moreover, the loans are financed in Indian currency only. Not only agricultural, educational, and health related, but also the scientific assistance taken. The Indian Institute of Technology was founded in 1950 and the Department of Scientific Research and Natural Resources was established. IITs like IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur, and IIT Delhi benefit from material assistances and academic cooperation from developed nations. The Indian Space Research Organization ISRO was established in 1969 and Aryabhatta, the first Indian satellite, was launched in 1975 with the aid of developed countries. Thus, we can conclude that despite India facing a lot of challenges in the immediate year after independence, India saw significant international collaborations which enhanced India's growth. India's development has been remarkable in recent years. The country has made significant progress in various sectors with its diverse culture and rich heritage. India continues to grow and thrive. It's an exciting time to witness India's journey towards becoming a global powerhouse. Thank you.